Yeah, and obviously he'll be giving us updates on BBC News throughout the day.
The time is just after 8:20. A wedding, always a momentous occasion for the happy couple and their families. But the marriage next April of Prince William to Kate Middleton will affect the whole of the UK.
It's on April the 29th. There will be a public holiday to celebrate the event, and it's widely thought that'll be good for tourism and boost the economy. Not so good for some small businesses, though, who aren't entirely happy. Phil Lavelle can tell us more. He's at Westminster Abbey. Morning, Phil.
Morning.
Yeah, morning you too. Not a bad venue, is it? Officially, it holds 2,000 people. Unofficially, you can get 8,000 in there on a good day. But the question is, how much will people really care about this wedding if you compare it to the last huge wedding, which of course was that of Prince Charles, William's father, to the late Diana, Princess of Wales. So let's take a look at some of the figures relating to that wedding back in 1981, because on that day, on that lovely July day, 600,000 extra people came onto the streets of London. They lined the route all the way from Clarence House, down the Mall, just over there, all the way to St Paul's Cathedral, a few miles down the river, to catch a glimpse of Lady Diana Spencer as she made her way to the church. Now, in terms of those people who didn't come down but still watched it, the audience figures were around 24 million people. Lots of people stayed at home. They threw street parties. They all clamoured around in people's living rooms to see what was going on. And worldwide, the audience was much bigger. 750 million people thought to have watched that wedding across the globe. And you have to remember, this was 1981. This was before the days of multi-channel television, before the days of the internet. So now the potential viewership a lot higher. Now, the news yesterday came through that we're going to have a bank holiday on the 29th of April. Initially, it was just England. Then the Scottish Parliament also said it will be a bank holiday there, which is great news for people who've got the day off. Not so great for some other parts of society. In fact, I spoke to two people yesterday who work in business, and both of them had different opinions on how this will hit the economy.
I think the wedding is fantastic news. It gives us in tourism something to talk about, and it's a focus that actually gives us free publicity around the world. There is great interest in the royal family, and there's also great interest in the history and pageantry of what exists here. People come to the UK to travel around and see the beautiful countryside and the historic buildings, but they also come because we live that pageant, and this is going to bring a great interest to our country.
The royal wedding is good news for the country, but can be bad news for small employers in particular, because all absence from work as a result of an extra bank holiday has to be paid for, and generally is paid for by the employer. But every bank holiday costs the UK economy £6 billion, and that's got to be found somehow. And also for small businesses having support staff or on-call staff, those staff will ask for extra money on that bank holiday. Again, another cost on small businesses.
A look there then at how this will affect the economy. And of course, lots of decisions still need to be made. The dress, the guest list, etc, etc. Mark Niemierko is a wedding planner who can perhaps shed a bit more light on this. And Mark, the wedding guest list in particular, that's going to be a nightmare, isn't it? Because she will have to invite certain people.
Absolutely. There'll be lots of guests that she may have never even met in her life before. So, but that's unfortunately the role that's the part that comes with a royal wedding, really.
So at least she's not going to worry about inviting aunts that she hasn't seen for years.
Exactly.
What kind of things will be going through her mind now? Because you would imagine that every bride wants to make every decision for their big day.
Absolutely.
But she's not going to have that opportunity because lots of things will just have to be done a certain way.
Absolutely. I think certain things will be done her way, but also she'll be really excited now. She's going to have a procession, a wedding procession that every girl will have dreamed of and will be envious of, I'm sure, that's getting married. So I really think she'll have loads going through her head about what she wants to do personally, what flowers, what dress, where's the wedding reception going to be, even in fact.
I was listening to one expert yesterday who was saying that traditional weddings seem to have been replaced by hotels and country houses, but very briefly, do you think this might encourage people to go back to churches?
Absolutely. I think churches could really become more popular again. I think everybody will take from this wedding and take little inspirations for their own wedding days.
Thank you very much. Well, the couple have said they want this to be a modern celebration. In keeping with tradition, the bride's family will be paying towards the ceremony. That will be split between the royal family and the Middletons, but it will be the taxpayer who pays the bill for things like security.
OK,
right,
Phil, thanks
very much. Thank you.
Rachel Jones is very happy it's taking place on April 29th,
yes,
isn't she?
Because it's her wedding on that day. My fiancé Jordan and I are delighted to be sharing our wedding day with a royal couple. We're marrying I don't know whether I should give... They're marrying in Shropshire, just in case people turn up at 12 o'clock on the 29th of April, and we'll be embracing the excitement for the royal wedding in our own celebrations.
So good luck to you, Rachel.
Good luck.
Coming up, BBC News Channel has the